All right, we have a quorum, so I think we're good to begin.
Great. I call the April 21st, 2025 Arts and Culture Commission meeting to order. Ethan, roll call, please.
Jonathan Rudder,
Here.
Allison Coster,
Here.
Carrie Rogers,
Here.
Britta Trigstead,
Here.
Brandon Beatty, Paula Krogan,
Here.
and Chuck Hendrickson.
Here.
Is there a motion to amend or approve the April 21st, 2025 agenda?
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All against? Is there a motion to amend or approve the March 17th, 2025 minutes?
To approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Are there any citizens to be heard on items not on the agenda? No. All right, well, up to the business items, we're going to chat about the sidewalk stamps. Ethan, can you please provide an overview?
Yeah, so with the construction of the 11th Street underpass, the commission has previously expressed an interest in utilizing sidewalk stamps in some of those project areas. Staff has been continuing coordination with the state to determine appropriate stamp locations for the areas that are being paved in 2025. With available funding from the project back in 2015, the commission has relayed an interest in utilizing a request for art to curate new original local art to manufacture additional stamps to expand the existing inventory we have. The proposed new stamps would be used in conjunction with the existing inventory on available 11th Street areas. Additionally, in coordination with a local business, Sign Badgers, staff is currently working to manufacture a few stamps that from the existing inventory that went missing. So as requested by the commission, a request for art has been prepared for artistic sidewalk stamp installations. The request for art specifies the scope of the project, submission requirements, specifically complying with ADA standards, an estimated timeline, and the proposed selection process. It is proposed that the submissions would be reviewed and selected by the artist review team. So staff is requesting feedback from the commission on the draft request for art, and any feedback may be relayed or incorporated into the draft request or the final request for art. And then further, staff is seeking any feedback or recommendations to market the request for art to ensure that we can get a good amount of submissions. Please let me know if you do have any comments or questions.
How was it marketed in the past for the 2015?
Looking back, there isn't a ton of information saved. It looks like we may have used social media and then done some coordination with some of the local schools.
Worth talking to local media?
Yeah, we can
About it?
definitely coordinate something like that.
FMVA and Arts Partnership are often good about helping to relay calls for art, so they might be worth including in the release, if nothing else.
Sounds good, and I can definitely reach out to them as well. I think I have both their emails, so.
And I definitely think like the local schools art and maybe English departments might be a nice, and maybe the colleges too, although it's kind of getting to the end of the semester for college students, but
Mhm.
They can announce it.
yeah.
They don't
We've
have
got
to
lots
like
of time
set
this
aside
year.
time in class.
Do we know how many, I know that we talked about this before, how many we're hoping to approve?
It'll vary based on the curating artistic submissions. There'll be a little bit more leeway because the art stamps are a little cheaper. It depends how much of the funding we want to use as well. We may want to save a little bit for the downtown project. So we'll just, I think once the submissions come in, analyze it on that basis. I would estimate probably somewhere from 10 to 20 it's probably broad, but
Creative Moorhead might be another good group to reach out to. And I'm not sure if there's much existence beyond Facebook, but there's also a kind of a bigger group, West Central Creatives.
I will add them to the list.
This is why we have you around, Jonathan.
When are they hoping to start? When do they hope to announce the,
The selections.
yeah.
So right now, it's anticipated that it would be in the middle of May, just to keep things moving. Some of the paving will already be starting here in the spring, so we'll use some of the existing inventory earlier on, and then once we have the new stamps, the sooner we can get them, then we'll be able to incorporate those this year.
So it looks like deadline to submit is the 16th, and then to get people to know it, we're thinking soon, I would assume, like next week or so.
Yeah, it would likely be posted next week, so.
Okay. Got it. Are there any other questions or comments on the sidewalk stamp project? Nope. Does anyone have any other reports or information to share?
Well, I am curious, Ethan, are there any updates on the historic Moorhead video series?
Yeah, I can just give a couple brief updates on those real quick. We've been coordinating with the Historical Society and MCAM. There are a few proposed episodes relating to kind of our Wild West history, the saloon era, and then the founding of Moorhead to kind of test the waters. It's estimated that those would be released earlier in the fall and then progress. And then it's anticipated that we would touch on more topics following that. It may stretch into future years as well. So
Have an announcement. Moorhead High School has their spring play coming up. Geek, it's called. And it is going to be at Horizon Middle School Auditorium, April 24th through 27th. And I'm not sure if there's anything else going on with the colleges at all.
I tried to look and I didn't find anything, but Theater B's spring production of Pride and Prejudice opens on May 2nd and runs through the 18th.
Well, that's loud. Concordia's music department, they're going to do an oratorio or masterworks on Sunday, and I think it's the Fauré Requiem. So, and there's another piece, I can't remember it offhand. And then the following week is the commencement concert in Memorial Auditorium that Saturday night. So a couple music events going on, so catch it while you can, because they're off right after next Saturday. I think it's graduation on Sunday, and then so take it in as you can.
Anything else to share?
Yeah, a couple of things over at the Rourke. We've got Courtney Donahue will be opening her exhibit Untethered this weekend. Public openings on Sunday. Day before that, we've been doing this thing, Gallery in Bloom, where we bring in a floral artist, Steph Leininger. And this year, instead of coupling her with another visual artist, we're just clearing one of the galleries upstairs, and she's just going to fill the space with flowers. I have no idea what it's going to look like, but it will look and smell great. So come by on Saturday between 1:30 and 3:30.
To share? All right. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Second.
Quickest meeting ever. Everyone wants to go outside.